I don't know.
But there's so many lolcows out there.
Well, I mean, just in the Dabbleverse, Andy.
Oh yeah, me too.
But I felt for a while, like I think we talked about this a while back, Andy, about how the Dabbleverse sort of moved on from John. I think around the time that he left the last time, because if you remember, it was like that's when Steel Toe kind of started becoming a thing in the Dabbleverse, and Ray kind of started getting attention in the Dabbleverse, and
right.
Yeah, it gave other people opportunities.
And those people are making, like, those same people are making the most out of the opportunity this time. It's like so many people are melting down right now. You know,
Sure.
Adam brought up Opie earlier.
That's right. There's more than one person that's not happy with Anthony Cumia getting a new job.
Yeah.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Kevin's getting crazier, nuttier, kookier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Kevin on the list to talk about too. Like, so him, and Opie and Steel Toe are kind of like the trifecta to me. And if you throw in Rob Saul, you know, that's, you know, the top four, I'd say. But
yeah, Rob really needs to do it with more regularity to have it.
Yeah.
Be up there in
He's
the,
a Stuttering
on the
John
Mount
side
Rushmore.
piece.
Yeah,
right.
But like Andy was saying earlier, at least like KB and Opie have something in common with John in that they sort of were successful before. Well, not sort of. I guess Opie clearly was, but
right,
KB, I guess, is marginally successful.
Right.
They had their time. Now they don't, but they're still trying to live off of that instead of what can I do today?
And they have to like interact with the trolls and be bitter and stuff. Like, I think that's one of the things they all have in common too, is like, it's easy to rile them up and get them like, you know, we saw Brennan the other day when we were doing the anti-Karen show. One of the things I didn't like about doing it was having to edit Brennan. Cause I used to say to Shuli, it's not the same as cutting John, you know,
right.
Like, it's a different thing. And I'll figure out how to do it, but it was hard. The episode the other day that I cut of him, that was just like editing John. Just like editing.
Right.
Yeah, he was nuts. Yeah.
He sounded so much like him. Yeah.
Another thing I had on my list as far as like the change going on in the Dabbleverse is, you know, there's a change obviously for John right now when he's not streaming, he's trying to do comedy. You know, what do you think he does on a day-to-day basis now without having a stream to do?
He drinks.
Well, that's a given though. I mean, like
that's
the rest of
his
the
main
day.
focus. Well, gets up, he drinks.
You think he starts drinking the minute he gets up?
Yeah. Yeah, he'll have a couple beers just to get things started.
Right.
That's not really, you know, it's not drinking, it's beer. It's light beer.
Yeah.
It's practically water.
Yeah. And he'll probably go to the gym and then go to Stevie Tomatoes. And
you think he still goes to the gym? He's not, you know, what's the point now? He doesn't have a podcast to stand up and flex for and say, yeah.
I know that, yeah, it's a good question. Maybe he's probably cut back. But yeah, he's a man of leisure now.
I think he's watching a lot of Dabbleverse shows, probably.
Probably.
Like,
of course.
He tweets about it a lot and stuff. So I think he's totally still plugged into it. I kind of hope he stays.
That he stays away?
Yeah.
He won't.
I hope he does.
Well, he's going to come back and do his political show this week, right?
Right.
Yeah, and he said next week too. But those are always garbage, and we'll get what we can out of it. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we won. You know, we vanquished him. He ran away. We did our fucking job. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice to not have to edit that fucking moron for so many hours every week?
It remains to be seen. I think he probably wants to come back, but now he kind of painted himself in the corner. So
I think it was easier to stay away last time for him too, because he was teaching. He had that, gig. Right. It was pretty much the minute the school year ended. He came back at the end of June onto Brennan's show, Right. So it's like that kind of probably gave him something to focus on for 8 months.
Yeah, he might have found a job. Maybe he's working at Piggly Wiggly. Or
I wouldn't be surprised if he's found a job. Because he definitely needs some cash coming now that he doesn't have YouTube.
But you figure he'd want more money by podcasting. Like, what's the whole deal of he really leaving anyways? What point did he make?
Well, I
He
think
certainly
it's been
didn't win.
discussed, or I think it might have been a family thing.
You think so? Or like Andy said he didn't win, but I think in his mind he did, because to him, he's like, with me being gone, now the shitwayers got nothing, and those guys are going to just tank and go away. And then I can come back and start doing my show again, and nobody will be there to troll me, I think is what he thinks.
You think we wouldn't come back the minute he came?
Well, I mean, we know that. Yeah, no, we know that.
Right.
That's the beauty of what I'm saying about, like, you know, if he stays away and we can move on to other shit, like if he comes back, we can always jump right back there.
Right.
You know, it's like,
Sure.
we're always going to be there in a ghillie suit, just waiting for a headshot.
Like those assassins who just sit there for hours and just looking through the scope, just waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, he's got a show. Everybody get together.
That's funny.
Who do you think is the biggest loser in the Dabbleverse? I think I wrote down Rob Saul here, but I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Whew. You mean just in general in life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I think Rob's an even bigger loser than John.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, you can't deny, you know, he takes his jitney and
right, exactly, for starters.
Yeah. He's you know, he got cucked by his cousin. He's I don't know, is he working even now? But
I think there's rumors that he's at one of the hotels, obviously, you know, tending bar.
Yeah, no, his life did not pan out very well.
Right.
Yeah. Again, John had a good streak there for a while.
Right. Yeah.
And even someone like Ray had no expectations, you know, like to Ray, he's probably like living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're slow like that, you know, you're just happy just to have a place to, you know, you could sleep next to the, you know, the elliptical machine at your mom's house or wherever, and you're happy.
And, you know, he does do comedy for a living and podcasting. I mean, he might not be the best comic ever, but that is how he earns it. It's not like he's working a side job or something.
He's doing what he wants to do, and he's making enough to survive. So yeah, no, he's
literally enough to survive.
Not to thrive, but to survive. And yeah. So who else? You know, Steel Toe has his own problems, but you know, Kevin. I think Kevin's probably the unhappiest. So if you go by mental state, I mean, just imagine being him for a day. Just everything is anger.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that he's like that off of the podcast as well. Like that's not a bit.
Yeah, no, he is. And
you think he's unhappier than John?
Yeah, because John, with his narcissistic problems, is that he thinks he's misunderstood. You know, so he still has that. You know, I'm great. They just don't realize it. You know, they're the losers. I'm the way. Even though I got driven off of my show by these shows, I'm the winner.
Yeah.
You know, they will bend themselves into pretzels to keep face.
I'm sticking with it. I think Rob Saul might be the biggest loser in the Dabbleverse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Although, to Tiger Lily's point, if you're measuring how much somebody has lost, John definitely takes the cake on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. It was his for the keeping, and he decided just to be John and fuck it all up.
Right.
But he didn't have a chance. Really, he over exceeded his talent. So he was never going to get anything on his own once the Tonight Show ended. It was impossible.
You don't think he could have bullshitted his way into something?
Are you talking writing or performing wise? Well, he's a terrible actor.
Either way, like,
right.
Like it's got to be his ego getting in the way. Like he didn't want to try out for like roles that would have been entry level or something. Cause like you figure like if you don't think if he could have gotten like some kind of small part, like I know he's not a great actor or whatever, but you don't have to be a great actor for small parts in crappy movies and you still get paid and you're being an actor.
But there is still competition. There's a lot of talented people who are looking for those crappy little roles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, once the Stuttering John aura was gone and it wasn't an important credit anymore to have been Stuttering John, he wasn't going to get anything on his talent alone.
Right.
That explains why he never got another job in entertainment.
Right.
He never had to have ambition.
I'm sorry. I'll take this for John. He did the professional arm wrestling football championship and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. I forgot. Those were within the last 10 years. Dabble Don Dada with $5 says, you should cut up a package of all the lolcows while John is gone. Opie, Brennan, Aaron, in my opinion, would be great. That's actually a good idea, too. We'll write that down, please. Yeah, that could be like the ultimate lolcow package. John, Opie, Brennan, and Steel Toe. And maybe throw Rob in there, too. We'll try and make it a long one. If I cut 10 minutes of each of them, it'd be 50 minutes.
Right.
We could probably do a 2.5-hour show with that.
You could put up a poll and see who everyone thinks is the biggest lolcow.
You know, we could also... We should ask the chat right now. This is something that I've been kind of wondering about with the Uncle Rico show. So if we're going to do a different lolcow like Brennan or Rob Saul, and we're going to cut a package, do we still call it the Uncle Rico show? Like, my gut is no. Like, the Uncle Rico show is always John, but it would be kind of fun to take a look at all, like, each individual. I guess doing it like was just suggested, like one package with little bits of all of them instead of like a whole show. I don't know.
But there's so many lolcows out there.
Well, I mean, just in the Dabbleverse, Andy.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. So like, think of if we did like one Rico a week where we looked at someone else, like that fucking loser Chad Zumach. Oh, hey, Chad, $2. Thank you, buddy. SJ was chatting KB today saying I was a grifter. Yeah, somebody said that earlier that he was chatting KB today, but do we know that it's really him? Because I doubt that Brennan knows how to check, and I don't know if Brennan has any mods that could check and let us know. So an account that claims to be Stuttering John was chatting with Brennan. Thank you, Chad, by the way, for the tip. Where were we?
Chad said it was him.
It was him, he says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least we know he's enjoying his time away from the Dabbleverse.
Hey, thanks for watching that clip. We got a bunch more stuff from a bunch of different other shows. So if you want to support us, you want to be a part of what's happening here, subscribe, notify, and get yourself a membership. 2 levels, $5, $10. We got more bonus shows than we know what to do with. So help us out. Get in here.